You know where ducks do live is in the water. And we're underwater here on 2000 atmospheres. We're spawning in the upper right-hand corner is our red Terran player. It is Epic.
And of course, in the bottom left here, in the blue, he is a star, Max Angel. He is Astrea. And I have no idea whether Astrea's name is actually coming, has any bearing on, you know, the thing. I actually don't think Astrea has any sort of roots in, like, Latin roots in terms of star anyways. I can't remember enough of my Latin. It's a problem.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you a single Latin word right now, so you got me on that one.
Well, I can tell you what Epic and Astrea, you know, of course, very clearly they said to us before they started this game, you know, Salve, et Morituri Salutant, Hail Caesar. Well, they didn't mention that, but those who are about to die salute you in this battle of the death. Not only is StarCraft money on the line, no, it is their very lives here. 2 enter, 1 leave into this Thunderdome, Chicken Man. How do you feel about that one?
Oh, I feel great. I just hope we get to listen to some Tina Turner in the meantime.
Oh, that one's shooting right over my head, Chicken Man. I'm sorry. I grew up under a rock. Just so we're clear. I didn't have TV. I dial up internet, you know, like.
You just made the reference though. You made the Beyond Thunderdome reference.
Oh well, I've never seen that.
I was just building. All right, okay. Well, I guess you know what? It's just in the consciousness then.
Yeah.
It makes me happy that at least you know it without even having seen the movie. We'll have to have you watch Mad Max one of these days. Speaking of Mad Max, Astrea is going for a Stargate, and that was a smooth transition.
That was a smooth transition.
Oh.
You know, Astrea, he's a star. He makes Stargates. What more could you want? I think. The Chicken Man, you're on top of things today, and please, you should teach me your ways, but there's no way I'd learn anyways, so what does it even matter?
Well, if you want to learn how to be on top, Astrea is your guy. He is sitting undefeated in the group right now. 8-0, not a single map lost. He's going to try to keep it up here. Now, Epic is nearly at the opposite end of that. He is 1-8. He has only taken one map that was off of Semper, and well, he's kind of struggling through the group right now, and Astrea is going to be a very difficult opponent to take down.
Yep.
What do you think he wants to do against that?
Well, what I will tell you, Chicken Man, is in this game, Astrea, well, he has a path in this game that he wishes to follow, and he's not going to be straying from it. I tried. Okay, we're done with that now. It is Phoenix play here from Astrea, and I do like that, right? We saw this work rather well in Trigger's game. I mean, he lost the game. But it looked rather, I mean, the Phoenix part of it was fine. We're going to have to see whether Astrea goes up to like 8 or 9 Phoenix stat style or not. I don't think so. Astrea strikes me as much more of like a 5 Phoenix guy, but look at this.
Oh, this is a huge scout. He's going to see Drilling Claws being researched. The armory is done. Even if he doesn't realize that Drilling Claws is being researched, this is still so important. He needs to know that there's an armory. I assume he's going to know that that's for Widow Mines. And I love this build from Epic. It's very unfortunate he got scouted.
He doesn't see the armory. Now,
he didn't see the armory? No, I can't believe he missed that. It's the only spot in the main base that he didn't scout.
But I think oh, look at this. He's getting all the Widow Mines.
Oh, no.
The medevac's going out. There are no Widow Mines in it.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Phoenix is hard countering. This is why I love Phoenix openers. Like, you watch Phoenix openers against some builds and you say, well, they have some significant weaknesses, but against harass openers like this that are really focused on, I need to get damage done to you right away, here's a great way to do it. Phoenixes are great against that. Proxy starports for Hellion drops or Widow Mine openers like this. Phoenixes are just so good at dealing with that. And we're seeing it here perfectly executed by Astrea.
Yeah, this is about so much time here for Astrea. It means any sort of Widow Mine drops, well, they're not going to happen. And one of the downsides, you want to talk about Stargate builds being very good against harass style, and that's true. But one of the downsides here of going for an harass build or going for a Stargate build is if, say, Cloaked Widow Mines find their way on in, your detection is a lot later. Yes, you can build an Oracle, but that's not all that great. And
well, I will say that he has an observer right here. So Astrea must have calculated that one of his weaknesses was something cloaked, and he went for Robo very quickly. So much so that he already has a Colossus about to finish and Thermal Lance coming up. He went straight to it.
Also, look at this timing.
We do have Widow Mines coming across, though. Oh, my God. The Phoenixes, they're just right there. And the Drilling Claws, though. Oh, those probes were dangerously close to that splash damage. The Drilling Claws means that that Widow Mine actually gets down. If it didn't have that upgrade, no way it gets burrowed. Are we going to have an Observer in time?
No, it doesn't matter. We got a Colossus here, Chicken Man. We're going to see the dead Adept strat, I think.
I hope so. I think. He needs to do it like most ASAPly. He needs to do it. Uh-oh.
Oh, Observer?
Uh-oh.
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 Well, so close. But 5 probes going down. Honestly, for how this started for Epic, you know, I wasn't expecting 5 probes to die, but that's not quite the damage he was hoping for when this game started.
Yeah, not really, but at least it's something, right? At least after everything you've committed to, at least you can go back home and you can say, I got 5 probes. It
means that the units lost tab has something on Astrea's side, because that is all that's on Astrea's side. But at least it's something. Epic has taken a 3rd base. He's got some bio units around getting picked off by Phoenixes, but I mean, this is just looking so tough. Feels very similar to what we saw in our last match. The only thing was Masa was able to get some damage done and had a very large army, and Epic doesn't have either of those things. Well, yeah, those Widow Mines just getting 2 probes, get cleaned up. He's going to try to run in with some stim bio. Let's see if the Colossi can get here in time to put a stop to this.
Yeah, I mean, the single Zella there is going to make a brave attempt at stopping this and delaying this, but we are now starting to see some damage.
Oh, wow. Great pickoffs there. Great focus fire. Now, he's not going to get very far with these medevacs. In fact, they are both going to die. So that is a lot of bio traded for 13 probes, which is good if Epic can get out a decent army in the meantime. But he's very far behind in army supply right now. He's behind in upgrades. He's working on his +2 attack and +1 armor. He's getting into a Ghost Academy, but he's very far away from having what he needs to be able to defend this. I'm getting really worried for Epic. This attack is starting to feel like it's going to be very strong. Archon's morphing in.
Yeah, you know what? You don't build Archons unless you're planning on getting aggressive here. So we're going to have another Widow Mine drop. Astrea is not quite paying attention this time. And Drilling Claws means, hey, that's a dead mineral line, but it doesn't even matter at this point. Sure, 9 workers have gone down, but 9 workers? You know what? Actually, Epic, his army supply is not all that deficient, but I don't think he has any Vikings. Yeah, that's the problem. No Vikings here. Archon is getting on top of a lot of SCVs as well. And you know what? Okay, you know what? The missile turret's actually getting some decent damage against this Colossus, knocking down the shields on that one Colossus. And the Colossus, they're not firing with this army. That's a bit of a problem. They were knocking down SCVs, which is nice, sure, but they were not actually doing DPS. And as the Vikings start to hit the sky, maybe, just maybe, Epic's gonna have what he needs. But as much as I say that, the answer is no, he does not here. The splits are gonna be damn nice, but splits don't win you the game when you're down 30 army supply going into a GG. Astrea, he takes game 1.
It's about as good of a fight as you could have expected from Epic, but when you're down that much army supply, you know, again, he had those upgrades on the way. He was teching really hard behind that. He was going upgrades. He was getting into ghosts. He was trying to make some Vikings, and Astrea just didn't give him time. Astrea has that killer instinct where he knows, okay, you just did a bunch of damage to me economically. I'm not that far behind economically, but I know I killed a bunch of your bio units. I'm going to move across the map and put some pressure on. At the very least, he knew he was going to be able to get some comparable damage done. There wasn't anything to counter his units, and yeah, it just worked perfectly. He was taking a 4th base behind that. The Widow Mines did end up getting some damage done, and that's the power of going for a quick Drilling Claws, is there is never a bad time to have Drilling Claws.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I guess in this game it was because you committed to super hard to Drilling Claws. Epic did. And then he didn't get any damage. 5 workers, okay, that's fine. Doesn't really matter when you're
Yeah.
at, 65 workers and you've knocked down medevacs and already knocked down everything. And yeah, he did get a mineral line. He did kill 9 workers eventually. That was too late. That was by the time the Protoss player had plus 30 armies of light and it was breaking down the 3rd base and a bunch of Archons and 3 Colossus, which Epic had no answer to, right? He committed so much to getting all these medevacs that died that he didn't have production cycles to build Vikings to actually deal with these Colossus in any way. And when it's Phoenix Colossus, I mean, you need more Vikings than normal. You need something like, 4 Vikings per Colossus instead of 3, just so you can deal with the Phoenix place. Well, at least that's the traditional style. We see a little bit less of that now, just all about surrounds and harass and all that fun stuff. But if you're going to take that straight up fight, you do need more Vikings there. Epic did not have that. And now we're just waiting to get into game number 2 eventually.
Yeah, we will. There will be a game number 2.
We promise.
That's for sure. And it will be on Lightshade. But it felt pretty dominant from Astrea. It's kind of what we expected. But it was even more so dominant than what I expected. Those Phoenixes just bravely, the first one just flew through like it was a hallucinated Phoenix to scout. And then just immediately there with 3 Phoenixes. The Widowmines didn't even get a chance to take off from the ground. Yeah, great opening from Astrea, and Epic didn't have enough to pull it back from them.
Yeah, you know what's kind of funny? I don't think I've seen Phoenix openers be that powerful in a while. Right? Yes, they do a good job of keeping the Terran back, whatever, but I mean, it knocked down 3 drops, it got the scout, it knocked down the Widow Mines from the first drop, so the drop didn't happen in the first place. Yep. Like, that is a lot more efficacy that we normally don't see from a build like that. So again, Astrea looking dominant, but now Chicken Man, before we get into game 2, is this going to be 2-0? Does Epic take it back?
I think it might just be a straight up 2-0 here.
All right, well, we're going to find out here because we have it loaded up. It is Lightshade. How about that? And of course, in the upper left, in the blue for Storm Gaming, looking to make another fantastic game. He is Epic.
He's going to have to pull something epic off here to take down this guy in the lower right-hand corner. First in the group, undefeated, even in map score. For Alpha X, it is Max Astrea Angel.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Mr. Man of Chickens. You were saying Max something. I'm like, oh, it's Max Packs. Like, what? No, this is Astrea. This is North America. No. But yeah, my ears heard Max, and I thought Pax.
That's understandable. I often, when I hear the word Max, think Pax, because I always enjoy some quality Max Pax shenanigans. But no, this is Max Angel. Slightly different. Still Protoss, though.
Exactly. You know, it's actually kind of, I don't know if you're, actually, it's funny. I don't, many people don't know this because Max Pax was not aware of this until I asked him about it. So his name comes from his dad, right? Something his dad used to call him as a kid. And I'm like, hey, Max Pax, like, does this come from the Latin, greatest peace, Maximus Paximus, or Maximus Pax, really? And he's like, no, it's just the name my dad called me. But I'll ask my dad. And he comes back to me in the next tournament I cast him, and he's like, actually, yeah, Bayo, you were right. he called me Max Pax. At least he took credit for it. After the fact. I mean, this very easily could have been my dad saying, oh, yeah, absolutely, that's what I meant. Oh, wow, I've been all ulterior motives here. But at least that's what his dad said. So it does actually stand for the greatest peace. And, of course, with the shenanigans Max Pax pulls, it's peace through chaos.
I had no idea that Maximus Paximus meant something. I just thought it was something that you called Max Pax because why not? I've been calling him that for a long time. I had no clue that meant something.
Well, really, it should be Maximus Pax, just because of how the Latin works. But anyway, this is a StarCraft stream. This is not a classics stream. It's fine.
I can't even use correct grammar when it comes to English. You expect me to use correct Latin grammar? Come on.
Absolutely. Chicken Man, you're a man of many talents. And I expect to see all of them on full display here on North America because this is our home server. This is, in fact, the greatest quality of games one could ever expect. And if we're going to get Phoenix play like that in game 1, I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that Phoenix play. That is not what's happening this time, and I'm glad to see that. We just had a decent amount of Phoenix already today, and I'm ready for some more standard blink action. This looks like it's going to be a 3-gate blink. There's going to be some blink pressure, but not completely all in. Usually a third base behind that. Let's see what Epic's got. Looks like might be a Raven opener. He is putting down his barracks, so he'll have a decent amount of bio to deal with these stalkers.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you say I don't know, maybe you don't pay as much attention to grammar as you would like, but I have a question for you.
What's that?
When we're talking about blink stalkers here, and they go somewhere, and they blink,
Right.
did they blunk, or did they blinked?
Oh, it depends. It depends. If they if it's like a patience blink, that's a blunk. Oh, they blunk. Oh, they blunked that one. Now, if it's even worse than that, if we're talking real bad, that's a blonk. You don't want a blonk. If you blonk, that's like a gold league blink. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
You blink all the stalkers forward and then move command back or something. That's a blonk. But if it's a very good blink, it's just blink, just continually blinked. That's the ideal.
And then I don't know if it ends the game and does it just blank your opponent then?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. That's like what parting does. And also, if you only have one, then actually you were president of the United States because you are a blinking stalker.
Ooh, that's bad. That is so bad here. But look at this. You want to talk about the actual game for a second? Astrea, he's actually going for aggression. How many times do we see 3-gate blink and we're like, okay, it's fine, whatever. This time, Astrea, he has a warp prism, right? He does not have his third base all that quickly, and he is warping at everything. It's the mighty warp and Power Rangers here. The Stalkers playing on top of things. They will not get the Raven. They will knock down the Marauder rather quickly. And are they going to get the Raven anyways? No half damage there. And at this point, I mean, the army's got to go up in the high ground. We have no tanks here. This is an army that Astrea can just fight forever, and he gets the Raven.
Yeah, gets the Raven, gets all the Marauders. He sniped those down. Most of these Stalkers have stayed alive. He's lost one Stalker. And, well, this might just be a blank here then. We just set those rules just in time to use them in real life. The fancy pickup micro is good until the medevacs get sniped. And that's going to be it. Just like